York. Let's do for Kenya now. Welcome to yet another reading vlog. Today we are going to read Lucky Girl by Irene. Muchemi-Nderitu follows our main character Soila, a young sheltered Kenyan longing for independence, finally decides to flee for life in New York. But life there challenges all her beliefs when it comes to race, love, and her beliefs. And that's all I know. That's all I know. I want to go in blind. So I am looking forward to it. I find that I enjoy books that talk about the expatriate experience. And yes, I am hungry. That's why I can't think straight. So please, let's go cook. Hi, stalker. Hey, food is ready. Let's go eat, then read a bit.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it.
wants to pee everywhere. Dog's day out. Hey, peeing everywhere. Hi guys, let's do a checkup. It's currently 10:15 p.m. in the evening, and first I'm so freaking happy and excited that I'm becoming more stable in my supported headstand. The first time I did it, Dixie and I fell. For people who have dogs, know that when that time to work out and your pet is around you, they usually feel like it's the time for them to lick you, you know, play around with you. So the first time I was doing the headstand, Dixie was somewhere within my village. Actually, he was on this bed. So when I overturned, but at least nobody got hurt. And the fact that I can see progress, I'm so happy. My aim is to do the scorpion pose. But before that, I will try to tackle the actual handstand. So this is awesome progress. Number 2, today has been such a productive day. I'm shocked because I slept at 3 a.m. Yeah, I was trying to finish off The Night Circus by Irene Morgenstern, and I can see why people love this book. It is whimsical, it is romantic. I love the writing style. The world that circus is just magical. It feels like a dream and magic into one. And I didn't want it to end. And I wanted to know what was going to happen next. I wanted to see the final outcome. So I was there, 3 a.m. turning pages. And mind you, I woke up at 6:30 a.m. And I'm really shocked and wondering if I'm turning into an alien, because me minus 8 hours of sleep, I usually turn up to be a cranky, moody person. But today I feel so normal, so productive. I think I should sleep 3 hours every night. I did a bit of journaling. There's some reading journals that I need to sew, or rather bind and send off to new homes, along with some crafts. I've been meaning to do these things for 2 weeks, but until today, that's when I've actually actualized this thing. So I feel so amazing and productive. That being said, I also read 42 pages of The Lucky Girl. I still don't have a solid opinion on this read. There's something about her writing style that has me intrigued, and some bits are a bit cringy. Some of my fellow Kenyan readers will be like, it kind of reminds me of those English compositions, you know, such things as I went to the Frog Kingdom and titrated. But then again, I can see the potential for this writing style to become more poetical. The story is told by our main character Soila in the first person point of view. She is still young, she's still coming into terms with the world and some of the things that are happening to her, including the death of her father. She feels like she's been oppressed because her mom is very protective. She doesn't allow her to go to summer parties. She doesn't allow her to go to cinemas. She is so caged in. She really enforces this thing about religion, that she needs to be a certain way for her to, you know, go to heaven and such a view. There's a bit of heavy commentary on religion. So far so good. 42 pages doesn't give me that chance to form a solid opinion about this. Am I really enjoying it? I don't know. For 1 hour I read 42 pages, and in a day, since I want to finish this off by Friday, I'm supposed to read 1 or 2 pages. So hopefully before I sleep I will have hit that mark. Otherwise, if not, I think I will still catch up between tomorrow and Friday. But overall, I'm willing to give the book a chance. So maybe she'll surprise me in these coming pages. Maybe things are gonna get hotter and all. That being said, let me say goodnight, because I feel now my eyelids are trying to kiss each other. And I don't want to bombard you with my craziness. When I'm really sleepy, sometimes the crazy in me comes out. So let me just say good night. So until tomorrow morning, night.
Yeah, I can also smell a very productive, fun day. Put your leg down now. Put your leg down. You're showing people your jewels.
I'm so happy that it's only remained one book so that I can reach my yearly good deeds goal, which is 52, and hopefully Lucky Girl will be my 52nd book of the year. Where's the read 5 books done? Actually 8. 7. Let me finally do reading checking for Lucky Girl. So far so good. I've reached page 118 since yesterday. I did read a bit yesterday before I slept, then my body shut down. Let me turn around the camera so that I can do a proper check-in. So I've reached, as I said, page 118. Hopefully by the end of the day I will have reached page 208. Hopefully. So let's go a bit in depth than I did yesterday. Narrative is being told in the year 1971 when Soila was 5 years old. Hey. Okay, thank you. My dog is busy creating music in the background. She was 5 years old and she was coming to terms with the death of the father. She doesn't know what exactly really happened. And as she grows up, and people, or rather kids, because sometimes kids can be a bit vicious, start asking her why or where the father is. The story is that he died in an accident, but it seems that other students know more about the father's death than Soila, so she's out to question her mom what really happened. And her mom is a bit reluctant. And then finally she's told what really happened. And as much as it did leave her with a negative imprint, it wasn't so much that she couldn't live a life, but she finally understood why the mom is, because she's overprotective, and then she's not very much of a physical mom, giving hugs and kisses, what kids crave. I need to stop saying And then from then on, we see her trying to break free from this overprotectiveness, because she craves to explore the world and not be held back like an egg from breaking. So she devises a plan to go to the United States to study. The plan is successful. When she's there, she realizes that she has been really privileged, because she can understand why people need to fight for basic rights, need to fight for their freedom. And that caused a bit of friction between her and the then boyfriend. And the boyfriend, who is Kenyan but biracial, was trying to explain to her why this and this is this way. But Soila couldn't see how or why. I was so mad at her the same way the boyfriend was so mad. I was like, this is I wouldn't say the downfall of being privileged. You see, you need to be exposed to some things. She wasn't exactly apathetic. It's the fact that she has been privileged. She doesn't know what it means to struggle for your basic needs. She doesn't know what it means to struggle for the right to freedom. So we can see that this change of environment has really shocked her beliefs and her way of life. And I believe it's for the better, because sometimes you need to experience some of these negative things so that you can actually form your own opinion and have a standing belief. So we're at a place where she's back to Kenya. There's a few things that have happened. I will not go into details because I don't want to spoil for people who want to read this book. And there are a bit of changes between one of her aunties who really loved makeup and dressing and all, but there's been a shift of things, and again it dawns on Soila that some things are really temporary, that what really matters is what is inside you. Meanwhile, during the process of going from Kenya to America, she decided to major in economics, but her heart is not really in it. It's the influence of the mom who wants her to take over her business, her successful million Kenya shillings. I don't know if it's dollars. We haven't been really told that in detail, but it's a successful, thriving business. So the mom urged Soila to do economics, but Soila, in the process, while growing up, she was exposed to photography and she fell in love with it, and she seems to be quite proficient and good at it. So while she was in the States doing her economics as a major, she took a course on photography, and the lecturer saw something in her and she urged her on to try it. But because of this conflict between what she needs to do according to the mom and her desires, she ended up just majoring on economics. But on the side, she's still doing her photography, and right now she's debating and really struggling with the fact that this might be something that she really loves and make a positive impact on it. It also shows the difference between life in New York and Kenya. She was like, in Kenya, I need to read this part. I was like, okay, Apple, you have hit a point. Oh, here it is. So this was her reaction. She was like, in Kenya, I had never seen two men as much as hold hands. I was told homosexuals didn't exist in our culture, and if they did, they were mentally ill or were teen boys misbehaving in boarding school. But now there were two men snogging right in front of my eyes, and one of them was from my culture. This was a lifetime so foreign to ours that not even Tanai, with a wild and infinite wisdom, had thought to prepare me for it. The fact that this cellist was a Kenyan made no sense to me. All I could think was, do his parents know? And if they did, I wanted to know what rare parts of Kenya they came from, where they had learned to accept him, because in my Kenya, the parents I knew, like my mother, would have coped easier with a three-legged child than they would a gay child. And I'm so this is so accurate, because there was a time I was talking, my mom was like, I don't know how that conversation started, but I was like, the reason why I've never brought a man, officially a man, to this home is because my partner is a lady, and she was like, what? What a chase of Michelle. So playing games. So I was like, Soila really hits a mark with this story. There's so many things that are very different between ours and the culture of Americans. And also along the book, we get to see the Maasai culture, because Soila comes from a Maasai background, and they go intricate to explain their dowry process, some bit of their culture. And because it's during that time where intermarriage was really shunned upon, but finally a few people were accepting it here and there. The aunt Naserian got married to a Kikuyu man, and during the dowry process and the wedding, you could see a bit of friction, because every tribe wants to showcase their culture. Everyone wants to show others, this is us, this is how we do, this is how we sing. And I was like, okay, has much changed? Yes, much has changed. Yeah, there's much more intermarriage right now, but there's still that aspect of tribalism that is still here. We're still fighting this, I will not say demon, we're still fighting this thing of segregation. And I feel like colonialism did us a number, because that was one of the tactics back then, separating tribes and then pitting one against the other. So that was really showcased in this book. So far so good. The pacing is not fast or not slow, because I'm reading it way more faster than I thought I would. And then aside from that, we get to see how religion plays a factor in Soila's life. I will read for another hour or so. I have a few things to finish off, but we are progressing well with this vlog. I've finished my reread of Conversation with God. That's a book I reread every year, and I love that book. I feel like I will read before the year ends. Sometime in December I will reread the book again, because it's liberating. That being said, I take back what I said about the author's writing style. I'm quite enjoying it. I love when authors play with words, giving inanimate things life in a way to make the story more vivid and immersive, and she does that, and that's something I really appreciate about African writers. Most of them have a way with words that really tug at your heartstrings, especially if you're somebody who loves words. So I think that is my cue for me to break, go open the door and come back and read Lucky Girl. But so far so good. I'm really much enjoying it, and hopefully by the end of the book we will have shared a bit of Kenya with the world, and New York will share a bit of itself to us Kenyans. So until my next check-in.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Let me tell you a story. You remember in 2020 during the lockdown, everybody was trying to be as creative as possible in a way that will help cultivate a healthy mental state during this time when a lot of people's mental health took a dip. I went online, AliExpress, and bought myself a glass cutter. And I was very determined to start my glass project because I saw so many beautiful cut glasses on Pinterest. So I also went around the neighborhood and collected glass bottles, but they're busy now collecting dust and candle wax because I have never started that project until recently when I decided to finally use my glass cutter and create a candle holder. I added shelves to it, disregard my heavily congested desk, and I would love to do more. I'm so excited. I didn't know it would be successful. I used that thing about hot and cold water. Meanwhile, I've reached page 208 of this book. Our character is more developed. Her world has become more vivid and immersive. She has encountered a few of challenges that have really taken a toll on her belief system and the way she has been raised. Things about religion, things about race. At first, she wasn't really keen on observing this racial discrimination environment, but when she has become more of age, at the age of 24 right now, she can truly see that blacks are treated differently from white people, especially the Black American. For the Africans, they are so used to pushing things under the rug that racism doesn't really affect them that much, according to the book. But she has also had to change her views about love and religion, and the fact that right now she's dating a Black American man and she's having that trouble between the fact that the mother might not accept the man, yet she truly loves this guy. I am sworn in this part of the story because I'm so happy for her. Finally, she's found somebody that she feels happy with and comfortable with. And she has also been exposed to a few truths about her family that she's still coming to terms. But I feel like this is growth on her part because she has finally come to learn so many things about the father that she was never raised with. And that has given her a chance to heal and let go of some of the things the father did. And I'm so far enjoying this book at this point, and I'm almost 60% in. Hopefully I will finish this book today on the 30th of June because I want to start July with a clean slate. Honestly, I can't wait for June to end. I had such a rough time. I don't know even how I've made it out, but I know it's God. So, and the fact that I'm being reminded that I'm also a lucky girl is just motivating me to keep on going. So meanwhile, let's go cut glass and see how things go along. We have scored the bottle. Have it. There we have it. There we have it. There we have it. Now to file. found a new obsession. Just look at that. Just look at that. Look. Okay, so finally let's finish reading off Lucky Girl. It's a bit chilly this day. Get our blankets. We have our tea ready and some rainy ambience. So let's get reading. Yes! Page 270 has me smiling, laughing, shouting, yes! Oh, freaking yes! I love this book. I love this part. I love the way it's making me smile and dreamy and swooning. Oh my freaking god! Then he knelt on the white bath mat. My breath stopped in my throat. What are you doing? I asked. I wasn't going to do it this way. I wasn't going to do it that way. In the bathroom, without a shirt, with a towel. Oh my I'm only left with the 40 pages to finish this book, and it's currently 10:30. So let me work hard and finish it. The 52nd book of the year, and I love it! And the last quarter of the book had a lot of rhetorics on identity, on cultural differences, a lot of discussions about race, and we can see Soila finally breaking away from the cages her mom built on how to live a life according to she was raised. And I love the fact that she's finding the courage to do what she has always dreamed to do, which is photography. She's still battling with the fact that her mom doesn't want to accept the choices she's making, as much as she's an adult, independent now. So the fact that the mom is a bit hard on Soila is really breaking my heart, because I can see it also breaking Soila, because all she wants is approval from her mom, and also the fact that the mom is not accepting of the man that Soila has picked. But I find the man who is quite perfect for Soila, and I'm so happy for her. I hope she gets the courage to love who she wants to love and do what she wants to love, and do what she loves. Yes, and do what she loves. So
gorgeous signature. Thanks for loaning us these lips. I think I'm gonna start wearing this many jewels in my normal life. And
and I'm wishing you an awesome half of 2023. We've come to the end of this reading vlog. I managed to finish Lucky Girl by Irene Muchemi-Nderitu last night, exactly at 12 or 5 a.m. I cut myself some slack and told myself I finished this book at 12 a.m. Sometimes you gotta bend the rules. The last quarter of reading this book had me quite nervous and sometimes a bit frustrated, and sometimes I was like, Soila, come on, finally step out of this cage that was built around you. Finally have the courage to do what you want to do what you love the man that you want, finally stand up for what you want and your dreams. I was like, sometimes I feel like throwing away this book. But also I learned some bit of the fact that she finally took the step to do the things that she loved. Then again, something happened and I was like, Soila, come on. And I do respect some of the choices that she came to make at the end of the book, but I feel like that she could have done other things better. Well, I did enjoy reading this book. It read a bit faster than I expected. I loved the author's writing style. There's something succinct to it. She touches on racism, she touches on identity. She also talks about cultural differences and the prejudice that Black people and African people face in a white system. Throughout the book that the mother-daughter relationship is quite explored in this book, and we have also come to terms with the fact that thing about nature versus nurture. Growing up, Soila was subjected to a bit of limiting beliefs that kind of affected the way she tackles life, but throughout the book you see her coming to terms with these beliefs and debunking them. There was a deep commentary on racism and prejudice. Sometimes I felt like the author was just throwing facts there. She can see what she's trying, and she did hit her mark. Overall, if I was to rate this book, I would give it 4 stars. It was an awesome debut. I can't wait to see what the author will write. And I also want to mention that I feel like this is a book that is an ode to women, our strength, our resilience, and the fact that we have to fight for what we want now more than ever. So, would you read this book? Should I recommend it? I would say a deep freaking yes. When it comes to reading, nowadays what I've realized is that you have to go in open-minded. What I loved about the book, maybe you might not love it. So, don't come for me. Overall, I enjoyed making this vlog. It was quite productive. I felt like I have executed so many of the ideas that have been running around in my mind, and this vlog helped me to create a list and actually tick them when I've done doing them. So overall, this was just fun. I'm so freaking glad that June is over. My god, June almost killed me, but we have made it out in the end, and I hope that you will have an amazing final lap of 2023. And meanwhile, I hope you're reading books that will give you more pleasure, to take off the pressure of life. And until my next video, bye.